a self-defense situation, when someone has grabbed a hold of you or they're trying to punch you, strike you, kick you, get you in a trap, get you in a choke, whatever it is they're trying to do to you that is a form of attack, what you want to do is, that's part one. Part two is you want to respond. Then part three is you want to follow up to that response, to do something to get free or to disable the attacker. And then part four is to escape. Never forget the escape part, because standing there and executing an effective technique and disabling your attacker is great, but if you stay there and just kind of watch what he does, he may just jump up and come after you. So as soon as you're able to get free and disable your attacker temporarily, you gotta think about escaping to safety and getting the heck out of the situation as quickly as possible. So if somebody grabs you in a two-handed choke, this can happen anywhere. There are lots of ways to deal with this. Some are more complicated than others. If you've been training for a long time and you've learned many different ways to get out of this, that's great. You have different options. If you try a particular technique and it doesn't work that time for you in that situation against that attacker, then you need to be thinking about, well, what's plan B? What's plan C? What's your next alternative? Because you need to go from one to another and fight this person until you're able to get free. One of the important principles that you want to think about is this person has committed both of his hands. They're tied up. Both of my hands are free. So now I can think, well, I have two good weapons. I also have my knees that I could strike with. So what targets are there on his body? I could strike the groin, and that's going to make him probably hunch forward a little bit. Once I strike him, he's leaning over just slightly, so his chin is a little closer. I could strike up like this. I could poke the eyes, scrape the face. I could box the ears. That's a simple alternative. Just simply striking like that could cause excruciating pain and burst the person's eardrums. I could simply strike to the throat. Do that a couple times. There's no rule that says you can only strike one time. If you strike for the groin and you accidentally hit his thigh right there, that's not exactly going to put the person down. So strike a couple times to cause enough pain so that he'll begin to react, and now he's not thinking as much about the choke as he is about the pain that he's experiencing when you're striking, and so forth. Poking in the eyes and all of that. Now you've turned it around. You cannot win a defensive fight, so you have to immediately go on the offensive and make this person react to what you're doing instead of you reacting to what he's doing. So in this example, I might want to go ahead and strike to loosen him up and strike right there, and then I can just simply end this by gently pushing with my finger right in that little notch between your two clavicle bones, and I'm just pressing against his trachea so that now he's thinking about how much trouble he's having breathing and how uncomfortable that is, and I'm thinking about escaping. So that's a really simple technique. One more time. If he grabs me, if I want to strike there, loosen him up a little bit, and then press on the trachea. Be careful when you do this with a training partner, of course. You can literally push the person away. One thing I would suggest, though, is when somebody grabs you, a lot of times I like to grab one of the hands and just kind of trap it, or even knock it down a little closer to my body, because now he can't use this hand to punch me or claw me, and then I use my other free hand to push away and do that strike. So you might not know what technique to use, what to strike. You might not be sure about what your response is. You might freeze up. When someone is attacking you, let's say he gets me in a two-handed choke, what I want to do is I want to look at the targets. I want to see what's available. So if he's getting me in a choke, again, the two hands are committed. My hands are free. My knee is a perfectly good weapon. I'm a little too close to do much of a kick. I could probably kick with my shin right there, but I could also just grab a hold of him or grab a hold of his material right here, something like that, or even just the hands. Just get something that you can hold on to so that he won't use his hands and he won't try to escape. So you're holding on to the person, and then I can take a step forward if I want to, so that it might help bend his elbows and make it easier to reach him. I can strike to the groin, strike a couple of times like that. Then I can just hold on to the one hand, strike the face many times with a palm heel strike. If I want to reach up between his arms, I can strike in here, do the palm heel strike. I can push up and over like that, and he's going to start to lose his balance because his head is going up and over, and he's getting disoriented, I'm still holding onto his hand though. If you notice, when he grabs me, I've got the hand because I want to keep some control, don't want him using this as a weapon. I can't cover both at the same time right now because I'm going to use this hand to come up and just push straight back, up and back, and I'm still holding on until he's all the way down though, and maintaining control. Those are some simple options you can use, whether it's a one-handed choke, if he's just getting me like this, whether he's getting me with a collar grab, like reaching down on my clothing, grabbing my jacket, still the same idea. I can trap that hand. If I want to drop a little bit of body weight on it to kind of make him come a little closer and a little lower, that's great. But again, the same idea is, well, what are the targets that I have? I can strike the throat, I can strike the face, I could chop like this, I could use sort of a dead arm technique against the side of the neck, which can actually make a person pass out. I can strike to the groin, I can do a knee to the groin. After I'm striking up here, I can also look at, well, my hand is already close to his head. I could just reach right around here to the back of his neck and pull down into my knee and strike several times against his face. And then, by then, he's probably not in very good shape. If I want to just put a foot behind and just kind of give him a little sweep to take him down, keep a hold of what you can and take him down. And then, again, notice how I'm just not letting go of that hand because I just don't want it being used to grab me or used against me, and then I can get out and escape.